Hi everyone. So already we started the topic motion. Already we have two videos. This is the third one. This is force. In this we learned about force. So till now if you didn't subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel. If you enter into my channel, if you go to playlists, there you will get all the topics, topic wise syllabus you will get there. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel. Here force. Force means a push or pull is generally called as force. Push means if you push a door, if you want to open a door, you can push like this. So push means it should move away from us. When that object move away from us, then we call that as push. Or pull. Pull means opening the door like this. Means that door comes towards us. So if that object comes towards us, that is called as pull. So a push or pull is generally called as force. So types of forces. First one we have contact force. So this contact force means if we apply any force on any object with contact with that object, with contact means with touch, then those forces are called as contact forces. So here muscular force, lifting this pen, I am lifting the pen, I lift the bag, I lift the bucket, all these comes under muscular force. Means by using muscles I am applying force. So I'm in contact with this pen. Without contact I cannot hold this pen. So this muscular force is called, this contact force is called as muscular force. Second one is force of friction. Friction means roughness of a surface is simply called as its a friction. Roughness. This pen, it has some roughness. If it is very smooth, I cannot hold it properly. I cannot hold it. It may go from me. It cannot hold. So this roughness of any surface is called as friction. This earth also contains friction. That's why we can walk, we can run, or we can eat. To do any work on this earth, we need friction. If this earth is very smooth, if friction is zero, we cannot do any work here. We cannot sit, we cannot stand, we cannot walk, nothing. We cannot hold anything. So that is friction means roughness of a surface is only called as friction. So force of friction. This friction is also, roughness means contact force. When we are in contact with this pen, then only this friction force applies on us. Otherwise, it cannot apply force on us. So that's why this is contact force, force of friction. About friction we will learn more in next video. Next, normal force. Normal force means if this is a table, on this table I kept a pen. So actually if I keep here, gravitational force attracts it down. But when I keep on a table or on my palm, it is not going down. Means some force acting on it which is equal to gravitational force. That should be opposite to gravitational force. Gravitational force works down, and when this force works upside means this is a perpendicular line to this plane. This is my palm, this is the perpendicular force upside. So whatever the force acting upside, simply we know in light or in sound we see that if for a plane, if you draw a perpendicular line, that is called as normal. So the force which is acting in normal direction is called as normal force. Simply the force applied by my palm or a table on this pen is called as normal force, opposite to gravitational force. This normal force in upside direction, so which is simply opposite to gravitational force. Tension. Tension means if you hang a object, I am hanging a object, tying here. So when you hang a object, it can stop here. If you won't hang it, it falls down. But when you hang it, this string also applies force on this object. This is also contact force. When it is in contact with that string, then only it can stay here. It can stop here. So the force applied by this string when it is hanging, then that force is called as tension. All these forces are contact forces. Next we have force at a distance. So force at a distance means second one. So first one is contact force, second one is force at a distance. So from some distance also we can apply force. So how can we apply force without touching the object? We can apply by magnets, magnetic force. Magnetic force is force at a distance, or force at a distance is also called as field force. First one is contact force, second one is field force or force at a distance. So magnetic force, you know that already we studied about magnets. Already we have a video. So magnets means if you keep magnet here, iron nails attracts from some distance. You no need to keep touch with that nail. So if you keep some distance, automatically that iron nail attracts to this magnet. So that magnetic force around this magnet, around it has some field. It has around it up to some field. It has its magnetic force. So in that field, if you keep any nail, it attracted by this magnet. So magnetic force is field force. Second one, electrostatic force. Electrostatic force means we know that if you rub a balloon or this pen, if you rub it with your hair, and if you keep some papers here, now small papers, it attracts. Small papers attracts with some distance only. So means charging one object by rubbing with another object is called as electrostatic force. The force get by an object by rubbing with another object, or charge transfer from my hair to this object. That charge is called as electrostatic force. This also attracts some papers, small papers pieces. It attracts small paper pieces. Or balloon, rubbing balloon with your hair, or comb, plastic comb rubbing with your hair also, or your sweaters, rubbing with your sweaters also. It gets some force. Then it can attract some papers, piece of papers. So that type of force is called as electrostatic force. Electrostatic force is also a field force. Next, third one, gravitational force. So all we know about gravitational force. Gravitational force. So just I am keeping this pen here. It fell down. So no need to touch with this earth. It fell down. Why? Because that earth, it pulls it down. So this gravitation, this earth also applies some force on every object. On every object, this earth applies some force. That force is only called as gravitational force. That gravitational force is also field force or force at a distance. This gravitational force also, this earth also has its field around some, up to some kilometers of distance only, we get attracted by the earth. If you move far away from the earth, we cannot attract by earth. So it also has some field. In that field only it has its attraction power. So here we have to know one important thing is, on this earth, every object can attract another object. Every object can has gravitational force, including us, me also. I also have gravitational force. I am attracting this board. This board is also attracting me towards that. That phone is also attracting me towards that. So everything, that phone is attracting you towards your phone. All these attracts one another. So on this earth it happens, but when you are moving on the road, big buildings or small buildings, all attracts you towards that building. But when comparing with this huge earth, it applies more gravitational force on us. So when you compare with this huge earth, this board is negligible weight. Me also negligible weight. So whatever the gravitational force acting with me on this board is negligible when comparing with this earth gravitational force. That's why we cannot feel this force. That's why I'm not attracting towards the board. I'm not going towards the board, or board not coming towards me. Why? Because when comparing with this huge earth, this is very negligible. So gravitational force is also a force at a distance or field force. Here net force. Net force means the total force. Totally how much force acts on a object is called as net force. So if you take this as a object, here from this side we are applying 8 newtons force. From this side we are applying 7 newtons force. So how much net force applying on this object? So from this side means these two forces are opposite side. When two forces are opposite side, net force is become F net is equal to, we have to subtract these forces. 7 minus 8, it become 1 Newton force. Only 1 Newton force is applying. Totally net force. How much net force is acting on this is only 1 Newton force, net force acting on this. Why? Because from this side it is applying 8, from this side it is 7 Newton force. And this F net is always directional. In which direction? It is applying 8 newtons force. It is applying 7 newtons force. Total F net is 1 newton. But that 1 newton force in which direction? This is the direction. So direction we show with an arrow marker. So this is the direction of F net. If you come here, this side it is applying 2 newtons and 3 newtons both. So same side we have to add minus, opposite side subtract 5. This is opposite side of these two forces. So first these two added, 2 plus 3 5 minus opposite side 5. So that is 5 minus 5 is 0 newton. So no net force is applying on this. No net force. So there is no direction. Means this object cannot move at any place. It cannot move at any place. So this is rest object. Free body diagram, FBD. So if this is a car moving in this direction, this car engine applies force to move front. That is car engine force is F. But this car tires are in contact with this earth. Then this earth applies frictional force. This frictional force is always try to stop the vehicle. So this frictional force is opposite direction to the engine force. Why? Because engine force try to move front, frictional force always try to stop it, means moves back. So on x-axis, F net on x-axis is equal to, it is moving front, but frictional force always try to stop. F minus F on x-axis. F net y-axis. If you take on y-axis, normal force. These two types on this earth means to stand on this earth, on these two tires they have normal force. These two normal force are up direction. So we have to add N1 plus N2. And next its weight. Weight means gravitational force only. Its gravitational force is always try to pull the car down. So it is opposite direction to normal force. So we have to subtract that W. So F net x direction, capital F minus engine force minus frictional force. F net in y-axis is normal force of two types minus gravitational force of that. Here if you take force can, first one, change the state of motion. Force can change the state of motion. Means if you have a ball here, if you kick that ball, then automatically it moves. Means already that ball is at rest position. Now it is in movement. Means we are changing its state of motion. When it is at rest position, we are changing it into movement. When a ball is rolling on the ground, then by applying some force, we can stop that. Means we can get into rest position. Let that object into rest position. So simply by using force can change the state of motion. Second one, force can change the direction of object also. If one object is moving in this direction, by applying force, we can change the direction of object, direction of motion. So when you are playing carom board, If you hit a already moving coin, if you hit already moving coin with the striker, you can observe that that moving coin changes its direction and the striker also changes its direction. So by using force, we can change the direction of object also. Next, change the shape of object. If you squeeze that sponge, so it changes its direction. Stretch the rubber band. If you stretch the rubber band also, that rubber band shape also changes. So if you tear a paper, paper shape also changes. So by using force, we can change the shape of object. These are three. By using the force, we can change the state of motion, direction of object and shape of the object. Next, effect of force with area of contact. The force acting on perpendicularly on unit area of surface is called as pressure. First, we have to know about pressure. So, force. I am applying some force on it. This is force. I am pushing this. This is the force. But how much force totally applied on this? We have to divide for unit area. Per unit area. Means, for example, this is 20 meter square area. On 20 meter square area, I applied 20 newtons force. Means average, if you take average, how much force can I apply on 1 meter square area? 1 Newton force. On 20 meter square, 20 Newton force. Means on 1 meter square area, I can apply 1 Newton force. So, the force per unit area is only called as pressure. Force per unit area is only called as pressure. Units for pressure is Newton. Force units Newton by area units meter square. So, pressure units Newton per meter square. So, this is a pen. So, it has two edges. Here it is some thick and here if you see here this is very sharp. So, contact area, this area is contacting with me. So, when I hit with this, I am not getting any hurt. When this contact area is more. But with the same pen, if I turn this side with this needle, so can I push like this? Then I will get hurt here. Why? Because its area of contact, area which is contacting with my hand is very less. When area of contact is less, pressure is more, means force is more. When area of contact is more, force is less. Means area of contact and force both are inversely proportional. Area if increases, force less. When area decreases, force is more. So, decrease in area of contact, increase in effect of force and vice versa. This is about force. Here I have given only 4 questions. So, please answer these 4 questions. If you have any doubt or for answers, please comment in comment box. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you.